Meanwhile, President Cyril Ramaphosa today saying infrastructure development will help us bounce back from the devastating economic impact of the coronavirus. He was speaking at a virtual Sustainable Infrastructure Development Symposium, government targeting around 350 billion rand worth of public-private partnerships.
Both advanced and developing economies are looking to infrastructure as one of the key sectors that they want to utilize to stimulate economic recovery efforts from the impact of COVID-19. We are in that field as well. Infrastructure investment provides both short and long-term economic benefits. In the short term, it creates jobs which are much needed in our country, but it also provides economic activity as roads, bridges, hospitals, schools, power plants, and much else are built. It gets construction and related services companies back to work, inducing them to hire staff and to expand capacity. As construction services are procured, government can assess project proposals on the employment impact to ensure the job creation impact is maximized.
Newsroom Africa reporter Mbali Thethani, tracking that story for us today, joins us now in our studios. Mbali, good afternoon to you. Right, 350 billion rand. It was a lot of money before COVID-19. It seems like a lot more money than it was then. Where's it going to come from?
Well, of course, Stephen, and that's the all-important question. I mean, going to the symposium, we heard from the president there saying that, they did not really plan for the coronavirus pandemic. And these were plans, this already stems from last year already. So this was an area where they had already focused on trying to create more jobs. So now there's an even bigger problem because we know that there's now this unemployment rate which has increased, Stephen. So looking at the issues around where the money is coming from, this is a question that a number of South Africans want to know, but we know that government has now partnered up with the private sector to sort of get more money so that they are able to drive all of these projects. I understand it's around 63 projects so far, which has been confirmed. At least they're going to start from around 55 of those projects. So most of the money, we are being told, comes from the private sector. These are also banks. They've come on board to come and make sure that, we can see this infrastructure development go ahead. So, Stephen, we know that, these projects which they speak of, these are projects mainly in the construction center. It's also projects in housing. It's projects as well in energy. It's projects in mainly a number of the sectors where they feel as if they are able to generate more jobs, especially now where we know that South Africans are actually dying to get more jobs.
I mean, the thing about infrastructure is that it creates jobs while you do it, and it creates jobs afterwards, right? You build a big road, it creates jobs to build the road, and then it creates jobs because of economic activity. It's one of the sort of silver bullets, a bit like education. But you need capital to do it first. That's really the issue. The president seems quite confident that this money will come.
He is quite confident, and that's why he said that today during the symposium, he invited mainly businesses who have come there. So also hearing from the presidency, they're saying that not much money is going to be used from government's fiscus. And they're saying that, well, they've asked businesses to come on board to ensure that, all of these development plans that they have, especially like you've mentioned, transport sector, constructing of roads, they are able to get that funding from the various businesses. And we've seen, especially, this has been strongly welcomed by the businesses who were there as well, in terms of how this will be carried out. I mean, the one task at hand right now is the issues around how do you create jobs, how do you sustain the economy, especially now during a time of COVID-19 where really government had not even planned to see a pandemic like this during this time. We also know that Ramaphosa has been quite firm and strong on getting more investments. So this is another one of that drive and that campaign to ensure that, while we face this pandemic, the issues around how do we create jobs, especially now, is something that's achieved.
Mbali Thethani, do appreciate the time. Thank you very much indeed. A reporter watching that a virtual symposium, a symposium virtually perhaps, through the day for us.